So this is something new that we are doing, guys. We are gonna go through each position group in the draft that the Houston Texans need, and it's gonna be very fun. I'm here with two new fans, guys. We're gonna discuss it in a minute. Cue the intro.
The city of the dream team, Hakeem, Turing, Beyonce, yeah, me. And I remember hot summer, hot winter. I couldn't fight, so the block made a hot spin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 713 Houston Sportcast. I'm your host, Ruben Calvillo. I'm with two fans. I'm with Swisher, and I'm with Rodolfo. Like I said, guys, if you want to come on the channel, you hit me up on Twitter. Actually, hit me up, though. Don't just follow me. And we'll do some work, guys. This is going to be something that I'm going to do with a bunch of, fans. Just talk football because not a lot of YouTubers are doing it like me. So we're gonna go through one wide receiver, one realistic one who we think the Houston Texans could draft at 40 or 57, and how we would use them. So Swisher, I'm gonna start with you, bro. One wide receiver who you think the Houston Texans should be targeting.
The guy that I really like is Chase Claypool. I mean, dude's a stud, man. I mean, stands in 6'4", 230, and if my memory serves me right, ran like 4.42. So it's like dude can fly. I mean, I get it. When you're doing the combine, it's not all about being an athletic warrior and whatnot. But when you turn on this tape, you can actually see it. The short area burst. You can throw quick screen passes to him, and he could turn those into what would be a 2-yard gain to a 15-yard play and a first down. And as we've seen in the past, if you're not throwing the ball to Hop, who is no longer here no more, and I don't want to harp on that too much, but if you wasn't throwing him a quick pass or whatnot, those screenplays really wasn't working. So you can also incorporate that with him. Now, the main reason why I like this dude is because he's a true X receiver. You can line him up outside and he can dominate there. Now, don't get me wrong. You can line him up in the slot and he can put in some work there, and he's definitely going to outrun most linebackers trying to cover him. But you line him up on the outside and he's a mismatch. Guys are going to be way too small to try to, cover him or whatnot, because the average corner now is 6 feet, 6'1". So he's got about a good 2 or 3 inches on him. So there's that. You also want to, talk about how it involves, Watson as far as his development going forward. That plays the major part into it, because if you look at how Watson plays, his deep ball is where his production really excels at. That's why he was constantly hitting Will Fuller deep all the time. And unfortunately, that's what got him hurt. But, that's where his game excels. And when you bring in a guy like Chase Claypool, that you can go from a dink and dunk type of offense to a more vertical style offense. And as we've seen with the Chiefs, that's the way this league is turning into now, and you have to be able to push the ball down the field, and that's what Chase Claypool gives you.
So Chase Claypool, if you guys know from Notre Dame, I actually love him. I think he's an absolute beast, right? But people are saying that he can't transition to a tight end. So, Swisher, do you think if we draft him, we should make that transition or keep him as a wide receiver?
That's a tricky one, because you can actually do both, and
Yep.
you can, but I don't necessarily believe that O'Brien's smart enough to do that. I mean, he's shown that in the past. I mean, the guy can't and refuses to use Jordan Akins and not Jordan Akins, but Jordan Thomas, and I don't. As far as a tight end, I would like to see him with Kahale Warren, because that's another guy who we haven't heard from. He got IR stash, so he can learn the playbook, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you line those two up, and you can put in work, because, like I said earlier, with that 4.42, he once he gets past 10, 15 yards, linebackers and safeties are going to have trouble, just trying to run stride for stride with him. And like I said, as a tight end, I mean, we've seen it throughout the league. I mean, when Gronk was in his heyday, they made those big plays, yeah, but they were security blankets when they quarterbacks needed them, and that's what he can definitely give you, because when defenses they know, okay, this dude is fast, we got to back up. So that creates a lot of windows and holes underneath that you can exploit. And Watson is that dude to where he's smart enough to hit and realize that, okay, I got these routes. Let me hit them. I know I don't got hop no more, so I can't just look to my left or to my right and just make my progressions from there. I actually have to see the whole field. So yeah, I would like to see him as a tight end.
So
He can def-
Rodolfo, on to you, bro. One wide receiver who you think the Houston Texans need to be targeting.
Is Antonio Gandy Golden from Liberty. Small school. Most people, most Texans fans don't agree with small school kids, but Titus Howard's perfect example of it last year. They say they're not in the same competition with the other wide receivers like T. Higgins and Jerry Judy's and C.D. Lamb and all those guys. But this guy is 6'4", 220. He ran a 4.6. That's not fast, but he has game speed. I mean, he can run all the routes. He's strong. He can contest with 50-50 balls all day long. To me, he's like an Andre Johnson 2.0. And then Andre Johnson's here in the organization. He can help develop this kid even more and make him the second coming of Andre Johnson. And his stats for last year, he had 79 receptions, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and he averaged about 17.7 yards per catch. So I think that's pretty good. And I don't know, some people know about him, but not a lot of people know about him. It's somebody realistically can get at 40. I wouldn't go past 40. If you disguise the guy you want, you take him, because he can make a difference with Deshaun as well, and he can help give him that security blanket that he needs. A big receiver. We haven't had a big receiver in a long time since Andre. I think it'd be a really good pick for them in the second round.
So, like, one thing that we have all mentioned is not only speed, but height. And that is why I chose Michael Pittman Jr. out of UAC. Dude is 6'4", 220, runs a 4.5. He had a breakout senior. He played all 4 years in USC. 101 catches, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns, averaging 12 yards a catch. The dude was absolutely spectacular. He does have a little YouTube channel, like with his girlfriend. So the question about does he care about football is there. But Michael Pittman Jr., I think, could really help this Houston Texans team, because one thing, like you said, Rodolfo, we haven't had a wide receiver who could win the 50-50 ball. I truly believe that the Houston Texans need a dink and done, just a different type of offense that relies on speed and in height. And all these guys are mismatches. Their size alone is gonna command the double team. Is gonna command the corner and the safety, and then you have people eat up. Will Fuller, which we pray he stays healthy, will thrive in this new system. Randall Cobb, say what you want about Randall Cobb. I think he's going to have a pretty good year, because last year, his first year in the slot, he had 800 yards. And like you said, he wanted to come here. He wanted to play with Deshaun Watson. And Michael Pittman Jr., man, he could be somebody special for the Houston Texans. The only question is who is he? Is will Billobrien make the decision? That's something we don't know. But one thing that, to Billobrien, this is your one chance to make it right. You made a lot of questionable decisions. We are wondering what the end game is. We are wondering, what is your plan? Draft a wide receiver. Draft defense. Show us that you're going to do something to encourage the fans. If it's T. Higgins who's there, the Houston Texans fan base will be absolutely nuts. If it's a running back like Jonathan Taylor, I don't know if you could pass him up, because he is going to be special in this league. Or he might trade up and go get somebody he likes. Now, we have one more wide receiver. one of our young fans. He's 11 years old. He can't be on the channel yet, but he did send me a video about who he thinks the Houston Texans should draft. I'm gonna play it right now.
Okay, so a good wide receiver I think that the Houston Texans can draft in 2020 is Brandon Ayuk out of Arizona State University. In 2018, he had 33 receptions for 474 yards. His average yards per reception was 14.4, and his receiving touchdowns was 3. His longest reception was 58 yards. Now in 2019, he had 65 receptions, 1,192 yards, and his average yards per reception was 18.3. His receiving touchdowns were 8, and his longest reception was 86 yards. He's 6 foot, so he's not that tall. His weight is 205 pounds, so he got some weight on him. And he had a 4.5 in the 40-yard dash, so he's quick. And he's also good in special teams, and his prospect grade was 6.38.
Thank you, David, for that, bro. Hopefully you keep on watching the channel, and then hopefully, as you get older, you can come on the channel. But there you have it, guys. That was, my first video with the fans. It went very good. Both of these guys were prepared. Something that I really like. Like I said, if you want to come on the show, just hit me up on Twitter. Don't be scared. I'm not mean. And we could talk football. Also, special video for tomorrow. I will be interviewing somebody who is very, very big in Houston sports. I'm just gonna read out some of his accolades. He hosts the main event show on SB Nation Radio. He's a lead Texans contributor for the Sports Map. This guy is very involved in Houston sports. Tomorrow, I am going to be interviewing Cody Stutes. Y'all be ready for that because we are going to find out some stuff that we did not know about. But Swisher, Rodolfo, thank you guys so much. As always, guys, go Texans. Y'all have a blessed day.